Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Welcome, 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 fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome everyone. I welcome our Dudua brothers. I welcome the Middle Beltans. I welcome every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria. Anyone that is watching me, wherever you are watching from, I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. Today, on this broadcast, we are going to dig deep on the blackmail, on the lies that the Janjaweed are telling against our people, mainly against the Biafran people, and in extension against all Southerners. We are going to expose the Janjaweed and their lies, the way they are using their terrorists to begin to destroy our life. And again, we are going to expose the failure of our so-called politicians, those who claim to be the elites in the southeastern part of Nigeria, mainly. Those who claim to be the ones that have been appointed to defend themselves, not to defend us. Those who are defending the Janjaweed and they are claiming that they are defending us. Today, we will bring out their shame to the public so that everyone will know what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. I must tell you that all is not well. If anybody is telling you that all is well, all is not well. No indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria is finding it easy. No indigenous tribe is finding it easy in that contraption called Nigeria. Not the Igbos, not the Ijos, not the Yorubas, not the Hausas, not the Kanuri. Any tribe you can think of in that contraption called Nigeria, none of them is finding it easy. They are all trapped. But the difference in all these things you are saying is that the Biafran people are exceptional. Biafran people have refused to stay down, no matter how you force them. And as Biafran people are rising, they are carrying along every other ethnic group that are willing to be free. They will equally be free. That is why we are making our broadcasts on a daily basis, waking people up to tell them what is happening when it hasn't happened. If you can remember, on my last broadcast, the broadcast I made before New Year, I still refer back to that broadcast. I said in 2022, every of their force will intensify. I say it again. In 2022, that is the last chance they have to accomplish their mission. In 2022, they will do everything possible to make sure everything will intensify. And I said in 2022, those of us who are freedom fighters, mainly the Biafrans, we have to step up our game. The Biafrans are supposed to fight much more than ever. I told you that in 2022, you will see more deceit. You will see more blackmail. You will see more deception. You will see more distraction. And you have started seeing them. They are beginning to unfold every day. They are beginning to unfold. I call the attention of my people. When you saw them trying to play down the issue of the Fulani killers, I told you that Fulani headers that are killing are still very much available. I want you to listen and follow this program very, very carefully. At the end of this program, you will see the reason why you have to intensify in the fight to make sure that our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I repeat, must be released. And the only thing that will make Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be released is what you are doing and what I am doing. It is not the lawyers, it's not even the Janjaweed government. You and I is going to move the hand of time to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being released. You see what is happening. When I came on my program on the first day of New Year, and I said that the Fulani Janjaweed are still very much around, but these people are trying to play it low. They have bought over the media. All the media stations have been bought over. They are not reporting about the issue of Fulani killers anymore. Initially, you know that the Fulani killers were rampaging everywhere. And the news were everywhere. They go to Kaduna, no southern Kaduna, they kill people. They went to Plateau State, they destroy lives. They came down to Benue, they destroyed life. People were crying and shouting. Everybody was going about their business as if nothing happened because it has not affected it directly. It came down to Ebonyi State. It came down to Enugu State. He came down to the southwest where our Odua brothers are. He affected our Odua brothers. So they extent that some of them were driven into exile and they have become refugees in Benin Republic of all people. This is what was happening. And the media then was reporting. All of a sudden, we wake up and saw that the whole report have ended. Nobody's reporting it anymore. And Nigerians kept quiet. They thought it was a joke. They tried to rename the Fulani killers, Fulani terrorist killers. They renamed them bandits. They renamed them bandits. They started to continue their havoc. They continued their havoc even upon the northerners, the indigenous tribe in the north. They were killed and killed and killed. Nobody can stand up for them because nobody can speak of them because Asorok itself is being held by the Fulanis. The Fulani headers, the Fulani killers are in charge of Asorok. That was why they tried to buy up all the media. The media stopped reporting. They are not reporting about these killers. We continue to shout and say, people should not change their direction. I said everybody should be mentally sound and focused. Don't lose focus because these Fulani killers are very much around. What happened? Just in the beginning of the year, we have not even gone any step each further. You saw the Fulani headers went to Ebonyi State to begin to kill people. They killed and killed and killed. There was no security to secure the people. There was nobody to come to their aid. People were massacred in Ebonyi State. People were massacred. It was a Punch newspaper that was bold enough to report it. Did you see their conventional media? How many media houses reported it, that killing? How many of their media? And this thing is still going. Even as you are watching this video, they are still killing Biafrans in Biafra Land. They are still killing other ethnic tribes in their regions. They are killing in Benue State. They are still killing in Kaduna State, in southern Kaduna. They are still killing in so many places in Nigeria, but people are not reporting it, and people are going about their business as if nothing happened. Why are they bold enough to do that? Do you know the reason why they are bold to resume their killing? They are bold to resume their killing because I was speaking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom they are afraid of. That name, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they are afraid of, is no longer around. They're no longer hearing that roaring voice. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were to be around, speaking the way he has to speak, they can never dare touch the life of a Biafran. You remember how many times you remember when last we heard about herdsmen attack in Biafra Land? Can you remember the last time we heard about herdsmen attack in Biafra Land? But today, because they have succeeded through the help of some people, through the help of some imposters, through the help of some devilish people, through the help of some people who are supposedly be our brothers, who are supposed to fight along with us, they have succeeded in kidnapping our son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya and sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. And today, they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu captive in DSS, torturing him on a daily basis. And you and I are folding hands. We are not doing anything. We are not doing anything. Buhari came out and began to give order to Fulanis to continue to resume their operation. And you have seen, after Buhari broke out, they resumed their operation. You saw the attack that happened in Ebonyi State. For those of you who have not seen the attack, I am going to play the video. I will play the video for you to watch and see what have resumed. The attack have resumed, just like I told you, that in 2022, you have to prepare for the worst. They have come. It is not a joke. It's not a propaganda. I will play the video from Punch newspaper for you to be able to watch and see what is going on in your own land.
The Fulani have taken over our place in our farm settlements, like Okpok, Ogbete, Ezugwomola, and many other places that we have farm settlements. Fulani have taken over that place, killing children, men, women, everybody. They are killing everybody, destroy all farm crops, everything that we cultivated in this life. They have destroyed all of them, both cassava and rice, yam. Not only that, they will come to the people where people settled and also destroy their houses, collect everything they have, even the money. They will go there, stay the money, take foods, everything in the house. They also go to the bush, even put fires on their rice they cultivated. They will put fire on that rice. They have done a lot of things. But this recent one, they came and occupied in one place called Ezugwomola and Ogbete in the Buja Autonomous Community. Start portraying people there, start destroying their houses and everything. When the security people went to ask them what is happening, why are they doing this? They attacked them. They started shooting. We don't even know that there are as many as camping that place. We don't know. They attacked the security. They have killed many people are in the bush. We are looking for many people missing. We have found about 2-3 corpses lying down in the dead in the bush. No fear have catch everybody. Nobody can even go and vacate the corpse. Some are in the hospital. Those that were shot that did not died immediately is in the hospital. You can see men and women every quarter in our hometown now. You can see refugees back in there. You can see in my house, you see refugees that are here. People that run away from far distance that are here. Crying, finding what they will eat. No food, no money, nothing. The matter has been reported to government several times. Even yesterday night, we have called the soldiers, we have called the police, we have called even the chairman of the local government, reporting this matter to him. They are promising us that soldier is coming. Soldier. Even this morning, I've called them. They say soldier is coming, and police are coming. So,
and we have not seen any.
Well, we're still waiting for them. The governor knows because the commissioner also informed the chairman local government also informed the ADC of the governor, informed the governor. The governor knows about the kidnapper, knows everything. They knows.
So in the last 1 year, how many people have been killed in your community?
It's uncountable. In the last few months, I can tell you about 30 something. In short, from New Year to today, we are counting about more than 10 or 20. I'm telling you that as I'm talking to you now, many people are missing inside the bush, uncountable. You can't even remember how many people are there. Because fear has catch everyone. Nobody can even go to the bush to search and know how many is dead. It's a massacre, and I don't even know how to put it because they even kill little children. Genocide. It is a daily event in this community. Daily event. You can see the worst one is that even we are talking about farm settlement where they are occupying the bush. But the one that happened in New Year Day is the wife of our brother in Edoga, the junior brother to the Commissioner for Environment in Enugu State, was kidnapped, and the daughter. In the hometown, in their house, inside the kitchen. So why will we run again? Where we run into? When the security people are pursuing them, when they saw them try to pursue them to know whether they can rescue those they kidnapped, they shot 3 security men. We don't have any problem with them. The only problem we have with them is that if you cultivate anything, they'll come and destroy it. If you talk, they'll bring out gun. If you talk, they'll bring knife. We are pleading that the government will come and station army, at least army base in this farm settlement. Let them send the army base in this farm settlement, at least to spend even 1 month. To scare them away so that we even sleep for 1 month. No police station in the Hamufu. No military post in the Hamufu. No even security any outfit in the Hamufu. If you want to see security, you go to Ikem, more than 20 kilometers from Ihamufu. If you want to see army, you go to Suka, more than 30 kilometers from Ihamufu. For where the thing is happening. Let us have even army post in the farm settlement where you have is a motorable. The place motor can stop reach. They will put the army post there. Let the army stay there for a meantime to save life and properties. Because we are part of Nigeria. We are pleading to the Enugu government, all our representatives, the chairman of the local government, and everybody that is was touched, that will be touched, to at least help us. Sending palliative to the refugees, because already we have refugees in our place. People that are vacated from their farm settlements, we have about more than 5 farm settlements that are vacated from their place. And none of them is less than 1,000 people living there. They're vacated from their place, finding food now in everywhere. In my own house, you can see a crowd of people that run away, finding where to sleep in my house, feeding them almost every day. So we are pleading that people should send palliatives to us. The government should send palliatives to us, to the people that are running from their farms. You can see the people that in my house, they're just one tenth of them. In every houses in this village, in the Buji community village, you see people that run away from their farm place, occupying the place. No even cloth to wear, because they have destroyed their clothes and everything. And again, my prayer is that they also assist anybody, government or everybody, individuals, can also assist the security, local security, the neighborhood watch, logistics to assist them, at least to encourage them to be moving.
You have heard by yourself and seen for yourself. Now you see reason why you have to fight and fight like never before to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is free. Are you not surprised? Was it not on December that Dave Umahi came out and said that he was launching the Bubago? Was it not on December? Where are those Bubago? Where are the Bubago that the governors launched? Now you see why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was crying all this while, shouting, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu established the ESN instead of these criminals to support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They make sure they destroy ESN. Instead of these idiots to support ESN, they are making sure that they destroy ESN, including using people who are insiders, people who are members of IPOB, insiders. Instead of holding it strong to make sure that ESN stand and fight and rescue our people, look at how they are languishing. You see what they are crying. Nobody to help them anywhere. Nobody to come to their aid. The governor knows, is aware. He knows about it. A call has been put placed before them. They cannot be able to come. There's no rescue anywhere. No single rescue anywhere. This is what Nigeria has to offer to people from Biafra land. When I told you that the war is not over, some people think it's over. It is not yet over. It is going to intensify this year. You have seen an evidence. You have seen an evidence. These are the people that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have established ESN to protest. When was the last time you heard about attack against Biafran people? When? When was the last time? When was the last time you heard about attack against Biafran people? We were sleeping. We were watching them. They went to Kenya and kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, and you are folding your hand. When we call for massive civil disobedience, some people are folding their hand. We call for massive civil disobedience. Sit at home on Sunday and Monday. People are joking and playing about it. You see what people are facing. You are waiting until it comes to your own door. You are waiting until it affects you directly before you begin to act. Wait. You might not be alive to tell the story. Just as that man is telling the story today, so many of you who are watching me today will not be alive to tell the story when it will happen to their own area. You are waiting. You are waiting. When they say protest, sit at home and demand for the unconditional release of the man that have been fighting for you, the only man who can take charge and make sure that you are being protected, ask for his unconditional release. You think it's a joke. You see what the Fulanis are doing. I told you that they have only 1 year and they are going to do more because you are not doing anything. Because you are not embarking on the massive civil disobedience that you are supposed to do. You are not doing it. That was why the Janjaweed, the imposter in Asarok, was bold enough to come and make a speech. Was bold enough to come and make a speech. Since the time they have kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you see him every time coming to make speech. He has been traveling all over the world since then. But when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was with us, he dare not step out of Nigeria. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was around, that was when he always give a speech about COVID-19. Even coming to give a press conference, he doesn't come a press conference. He gives excuse of COVID-19. All of a sudden, because they have kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, now he doesn't give excuse for COVID-19 again. He have traveled all over the world. He is now given a press briefing. An imposter that you and I know. And we are asking that we should release that very man, that name that they hear. When they hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they lose sleep. When they hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Asarok will get on fire. When they hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they will fall from their seats. We are asking you to embark on a massive civil disobedience to make sure that our brother Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes back. Our leader, our superior Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes back on board. And you think it's a joke. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. I told you they have only this year to achieve their aim. And they will do everything possible. And for those of you who are still waiting on politicians, have you seen it? You heard from them. You heard from them that the governor is aware. They call to every politician in their area is aware. They call them. There was no rescue coming. People were kidnapped from their own home. People were abducted from their own home and taken away. They killed the ones they killed. Some are still missing up to today. Who were the people perpetrators of those evil? Fulani Janjaweed. Fulanis, and they will continue to do it because the government is not ready to fight against them. Instead, they are protecting them. The government is even using the military that is supposed to protect the innocent people to protect the killers. That is what they are doing. That was why they came and told you that they proscribed bandits. They proscribed the act, but the main criminals, they refuse to proscribe them. The main killers who are performing the evil, they did not prescribe them. Some of us didn't even understand what that prescription means. I am going to play a video for you. This video, listen very carefully what they are going to say in that video. How they explain the issue of prescription we are talking about. When you say they prescribe bandits, they call the name of the people they prescribe. Fulani herdsmen were not involved. They call the name of the bandits. The name of the bandit was included in that. When you are hearing they prescribe bandit, they prescribe it. It doesn't affect the Fulani killers. The Fulani killers' name are not there. They mention the name of the bandits. They call them Yambanga, whatever you call. I am going to play the video for you to see. You listen carefully. One idiot who is defending the criminality of that government, you will hear what you say. They will mention the name of the people they prescribe. They mention them. It's not even the main killers. The main killers were not even the Boko Haram you are looking at, they have not been prescribed. They have not been prescribed. I want to play this video for you. Listen carefully from this video for you to know the evil that you are in. For those of you who are looking upon the politician can never give you any protection. They will never fight for you and they will never speak for you. There is nothing you will do on the planet Earth to make the politicians who were appointed by the Janjaweed to work for you. They can never. Every single politician you see in the southern part of Nigeria, mainly Biafra Land, every single politician is appointed by the Janjaweed. Who is going to fight for you? Is it a Peremadu? Who is going to fight for you? Is it Omar Agege? Is it Omar Agege who will fight for you? Omar Agege, whom Buhari himself appointed by himself. Omar Agege, is it the person who will fight for Biafra? Who Buhari by himself appointed? You know the story of Omar Agege. Is it the person who will fight for you? Who will defend for you? Which governor? Is it Hope Uzodinma? Hope Uzodinma that you know how he came to power? Is it the person that will go and stand for you and speak for you? Is it the Vumaye? Whom you know whom he is? Is it the person who will start for you? Is it Abia State Governor? Which of the politicians will start for you? Who? And when we call for you to redeem yourself, you think it's a joke. You think it's a noise making. Continue to wait. You saw a man crying out on the situation of people in Biafra Land. In Biafra Land, a man crying. Nobody listen to him. You that is watching me and you refuse to do something, in your own time, there might be nobody to. You might not even have the chance to cry. You might not even have the time to speak up. You are waiting until it affects your family directly. Then before you begin to shout, you wait forever. I want to play another video for you to see the evil that the Janjaweed are performing in the control of Nigeria, why you must stand up and continue to ask for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu and ask for a breakup of this contraption. That is the only solution. Watch and see their criminality, how they did their prescription. And when we are crying, remember why they talk about that prescription. I came out here, I shouted on that prescription. That prescription is evil. It is not right. Some of our brothers who are broadcasting, they still came out on the broadcasting and said that prescription is evil. The governor of Benue State came out and said that prescription doesn't hold water. That they should have prescribed the main people. The real people that are supposed to prescribe is Mieti Allah. Mieti Allah, the major criminals, the major terrorists who have in Nigeria to speak. And the Mieti Allah have people in Asorok. They have people in the House of Assembly. They have people in the House of Senate. Mieti Allah, we are the people the man was revealing, the security man that was who was revealing security. Remember the security man who told us that we are so many people you don't know about. A security officer came out to tell us that there are so many evil men, so many criminals, so many terrorists. You have terrorists in Asorok. You have terrorists in House of Senate. You have them everywhere, and people think it's a joke. Share this video if you have not shared it. Share this video to all platforms. Any platform where you belong, any group you belong, share this video so that people will wake up. Not only Biafran, every indigenous tribe have to wake up and begin to ask for the right thing. The breakup of this contraption. Biafra and Biafran friends, our Odua brothers, you join us and begin to ask for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Do everything you can do for your own freedom, not just for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. The terrorists have taken over Nigeria. They are everywhere. A security officer, a secret security officer in Nigeria, somebody who is an insider, he has killed for Nigeria. Nigeria have sent him for so many secret missions. He has gone so many places for secret mission of Nigeria. He came out to tell us from his investigation. He knows the sponsors of the terrorism we have in Nigeria, that the people who are sponsoring it, they are in Asorok, they are in the House of Assembly, they are state governors, they are everywhere. And you think it's a joke. And that is why they can never prescribe the people they are supposed to prescribe. And for what that man said, maybe you have forgotten. I will always like to play the video back so that you can be able to remember that this very exposure was made on their national television. It was made, but some of us seem to forget. Told us that the people we are dealing with are monsters. Watch.
It's not about sentiment. It's that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized. This is a fact. I say you want me to start mentioning names of people in this government that we have interrogated. I was a member of an interrogation team, and I've interrogated a very high-ranking member of this government in 2007, 2008 on issue of Boko Haram. I interrogated him. He's in this government right now. And what was the issue? Boko Haram. And this senior officer was actually let go because he was found culpable. But right now he's in the government. You see, we must say the truth, because if you don't, this country is going down the precipice. We have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now. And whoever is coming back to repair this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never been polarized, so we cannot run away from it. We have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person.
So will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you?
I don't care. I don't care. And my colleagues, they know me. Those people that listen to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than an individual. That is the issue. This country is bigger than individuals. Buhari will come and go. Eliminating me or killing me will not solve the problem and will not add value. But he will come and go. And somebody must come and repair the damage to the psyche of this society, the damage to the polarization, to the nepotism that I've never seen in my life. I work with all these presidents. This is the worst situation I've found myself. And believe me, internet does not forget. I was part of the people that helped to bring Buhari to government because I believe in him.
Have you worked with the government?
You see the idiot. This is a man. I wanted him to say that before I remove him. This idiot that is making that confession is one of the people who brought Muhammad Buhari into power. The idiot himself is one of the people who... You see the difference between Biafrans and all these idiots. When you see them, even though Chukwu Okagabia might enter into them to make revelations and make confessions, the difference between us and them is that we are not just ranting and making noise. We are providing solution. You saw him talking about repair. Repair what? What are you going to repair? Is it every spoiled car you can repair? Nigeria can never, ever be repaired. Never. That is the difference between them and Mazen Nandekano. Our supporting the Mazen Nandekano is not only talking. Just like Buhari came out and say that people will just, Nigerians only come and make noise and go back. After making noise, they go. Biafrans don't make noise and go back. Mazen Nandekano have set a standard. The standard that Mazen Nandekano have said is that we don't make noise and go back. We will fight to the finish. You see the idiot who was making a revelation. This idiot knows very well that the Janjaweed, he even have more information that I've shown. There are so many secret information that he has that I've not shown here. He knows very well how evil these people are. Then he was the one of those who empowered the coming of this very monster called Buhari, who is not educated, who has not improved himself. He doesn't have any certificate to show, who has been very nepotic. This idiot, he knows that Muhammad Buhari has been a nepotic man, very, very nepotistic when he was under the military man. He knows. But he was one of those who empowered him to come into power. And all of a sudden, he came to make a revelation. Chukwu Okagabima flogged him. Chukwu Okagabima have flogged him. He is coming to make a revelation. Just like so many of them are making revelation. So many of them are coming on media to make noise. But the difference between us and them is that We don't just make noise. We say what we say and we stand on our ground. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have set a standard that we don't make noise. We talk and we fight to finish to make sure that the truth takes effect. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was not only crying, he was not only talking. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu fought and established the ESN, established the Eastern Security Network to protect the Southeastern region. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not just wake up to establish. Before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu established the Eastern Security Network, he called on the governors of Biafra Land. He called the governors of Biafra Land in the Southeastern region. The governors of the Southeastern region, that is the South and the present Southeast with the Lower Benue. He called them, come together and form a security outfit to guide our people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wrote to them. They refused to do anything. They refused to do anything. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu went out of his way because he's not just a noisemaker. He doesn't talk, he acts. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu went forward to establish the ESN. After Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have established the ESN, what did they do? Instead of supporting that initiative, knowing fully well that these are the people who will only genuinely protect our people. These are the only security outfit. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not form an army. He didn't form a Biafran army. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, security outfit, just like we have the Omoteku, just like we have the Hisba in the north. They have their Hisba in the north. They have Omoteku in the southwest. That is the same way we form a security outfit in the southeastern part of Nigeria to protect our people from the hand of these killer headers. From these killer headers who are killing people in Enugu State today. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu established that. Instead of these monsters who are promising you political solution, these liars, instead of them to support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, what did they do? They turn around and begin to fight against that security outfit to make sure that we become vulnerable. They went ahead to establish their so-called Ebubago. The Ebubago that they established today that you are watching me in this video, it was just on December that the idiot in Ebonyi State came out to launch Ebubago. You saw the people he brought, claiming they are the members of Ebubago, rolling on the ground with ordinary plywood. You saw them rolling on the ground with ordinary plywood. After that rolling on the ground, just this January as we are in, as we entered New Year, you have seen the massacre. The herdsmen have reduced the attack. They have resumed the attack. You see our brother there crying. Nobody to come to their aid. Nobody. See our brother sharing tears and crying. Nobody came to their aid. You see why you have to fight more than ever to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the only man, not only in Biafra Land, only man in that contraption called Nigeria that they will hear his voice and they will begin to shake. When they hear the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Asorok will be in confusion. When they hear the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the army dare not come to the street. It was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that sent them out from the checkpoint with order. It was only Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that ordered them to move out of a checkpoint, and they moved out. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was around, the herdsmen dare not enter our bushes. They dare not come to our territory. But because out of our stupidity and wickedness, out of our envy and jealousy, we sold our own brother out. We allowed them to take Mazen Nnamdi Kanu all the way from Kenya. They kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu Kenya and sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. And we are asking a question. When you ask a question, they demonize you. When you ask a question, they attack you. When you ask a question, they say don't ask. And now we are asking for the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Let us do something to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released. Instead of you supporting that very initiative, you are still fighting against it. What do you want? Who are you and who are you serving? Who are you serving? Our supreme leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that you know that you know very well that political solution doesn't work in the issue of Biafra. It has never worked. Our eternal leader Dim Ojumegwu tried it, it never worked. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have tried it, never worked. How do you think in your senses that today, as they are holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in DSS, that it will work? How do you think that political solution will work without you doing anything? How do you think it will work? You have seen it. You have seen it playing out that the political solution is a deceit from the pit of hell. Even the issue of proscribing the criminals, common to proscribe these very Fulani headers, proscribe the Fulani headers, the Mieti Allah, proscribe them as terrorists. They couldn't. IPOB that we are not terrorists. They never killed anybody. IPOB never attacked anybody. They never killed any innocent soul. They never even they were demanding for a legitimate right, self-determination. IPOB, we are protesting with only flag. They continue to kill members of IPOB, continue to shoot us, continue to kill us from east, kill us from west, kill our mothers, kill our brothers, kill our sisters, wipe away our families, destroy our homes. Simply because we were asking for self-determination. And our politicians in Biafra land joined them to proscribe us. It was even our own politicians. The governors in the southeastern part, we are the people that came out first to proscribe us, to call us terrorists. When you are calling IPOB terrorists, you are calling everybody from the old southeastern region a terrorist. That is what it means. The very day the politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria came out to announce that IPOB had been proscribed, that was the day they marked every one of us for death. That very day, that idiot made that pronouncement. That very day, that idiot made that pronouncement. That was the very day. Is it former governor of Anambra State, Obiano? The very day Obiano read that speech, that was the day every single Biafran was marked for death. That was the day the genocide started. They gave the Janjaweed government power to kill every single Biafran. That is what they said. You proscribe IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, every single person from the old southeastern region, south, and the southeast, with the lower Benue, they are all members of IPOB. They are all members. And when you proscribe them as terrorists, you have given the Janjaweed the license to kill them at will. That is why they are killing us today. And up to today, they have not repented to go and remove that proscription. They have not repented. The politicians in the southern part of Nigeria have not repented, because if you don't want to report, they have to start fighting against repairing that thing that they have destroyed. That is where they're supposed to start. They are supposed to start from removing that prescription. That is where, if they were sensible, if they really mean their people, if they care about their people, they were supposed to start from removing the name of their people from the killing squad. They put our name to be killed. And today you see the way Biafrans are being killed on different occasions, on different platforms. Biafrans are being killed without nobody, no question, no justice anywhere. They don't take them to court simply because you are seen as a Biafran. Just because the name you are bearing, they will shoot you, and that is it. That is what is going on. But in the life of the Janjaweed in the north, the Fulani people are protecting their own. They are protecting their own people who they know, who you and I have seen in action. We have seen Fulanis behead people. We have seen Fulanis kill people. We have seen them with their all kind of weapons. We have seen people they have killed in numbers, thousands. We have seen cops that they have killed, but yet they have refused to proscribe their people. Instead, they came with their trick to begin to proscribe some armed robbers. They came and began to proscribe armed robbers instead of proscribing the terrorists, the Fulani headers who are the terrorists, Mieti Allah sponsored foot soldiers. Instead of proscribing Mieti Allah, they refused. And some of you who have that they proscribe bandits, and you think that they prescribe the herdsmen, I want you to watch this video I'm about to play. Watch it very, very carefully and listen closely from beginning to end. Then you will see how evil the Janjaweed are and the kind of prescription they gave to the so-called bandits. Watch.
The government, through the Attorney General of the Federation, eventually got a court order in November 2022 proscribing various armed groups the specific mention of Yam Bindiga and Yantanda as terrorist organizations.
Did you hear it? The people they proscribed was Yambindiga and Yantada. For some of you who are jumping up that they proscribed Yambindiga and Yantada, these are the two groups that they proscribed. They mentioned them. So when you hear that they're going to go after a bandit with their Tokano jet or whatever, they are not going against Fulani headers who are killing. Their name is not included. Their name is not included. The people they proscribe, they mention their name. Yambindiga and Yantada. These are criminal group. Just like you have court rule. These are criminal group that they proscribed. So when you hear about the proscription, you think even the Boko Haram are not proscribed up to today that you're watching this video. They will not be proscribed. That is how evil these people are. But when they say proscribe, you think that maybe they never proscribed the main criminals, the terrorists were not proscribed. The bandits who are killing people, the bandits who has weapon, who shot down the private jet, the military jet, the bandit that shot down the military jet, we are not prescribed. They were not the people that they prescribe Yam Bindiga and Yandada. Watch the video again. Listen carefully for you to know the evil that you are in.
The government, through the Attorney General of the Federation, eventually got a court order in November 2022 proscribing various armed groups the specific mention of Yam Bindiga and Yantanda as terrorist organizations. Pursuant to this, an official gazette was issued by the federal government in line with the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013. But what is the legal implication of the new designation of bandits as terrorists?
But when you get them proscribed, one benefit that the government has is that you engage them in combat as though they have been convicted. That's the advantage, as though they have been convicted. So you kill them and apply all the force that is needed. And then principally, again, the terrorism financing. Now, you see, anytime a group is proscribed as a terrorist organization, there will be a circular that the central bank will issue to all banks in Nigeria, that if there is any account existing or in operation, that it carries a name similar to the names of those organizations, that they should make a report to the CBN.
Even though Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court had in a ruling held that the activities of Yam Bindiga and Yatanda bandit groups and other similar groups in Nigeria constitute an act of terrorism, why has the very dreaded Boko Haram not been mentioned in all these?
Boko Haram, the tormentor-in-chief of Nigerians, has not been declared specifically as a terrorist group. Meanwhile, it is one of the 4 deadliest terrorist groups in the world, the Boko Haram group. A group like Miyetti Allah that comes out openly to beat his chest and own up to killings in different parts of the country by saying, we did it, should be declared a terrorist group. Well, Boko Haram is actually an extension of there is a name they are known for. That is the name that was proscribed as a terrorist organization, not the name Boko Haram. Now, why Miyetti Allah could not be proscribed is because Miyetti Allah does not exist as a terrorist organization. It is an association classified for the purpose of economic interest.
The Gazette also provides that members of the proscribed groups can be tried and convicted.
But where, however, bandits have been successfully captured alive, they can only be taken to detention and then charged before courts of law. They must enjoy their constitutional right to defense by themselves or through a lawyer of their choice.
You see the kind of criminality that's happening in Nigeria. Everybody that is a Southerner, mainly I cry for Southerners, for those people who are still calling themselves one Nigerianists. It is so sad. It is so sad and painful. People who are still calling about one Nigeria, who still believe that maybe tomorrow something is going to be better. Nigeria will never, it will get worse as the day goes by. It will get worse. You have seen it. You see even a lawyer, that idiot on black, a lawyer, making a case for them, telling us why Miyetti Allah will not be proscribed. And because Miyetti Allah is not existing as a terrorist group. When they proscribed IPOB, was IPOB existing as a terrorist group? When they proscribed IPOB, an innocent organization that we are peacefully protesting, never killed anybody, never raised their arms against anybody. When they proscribed IPOB, were they a terrorist organization? Did they kill anybody? Were they holding arms? They were only holding flag. But now you see a lawyer, somebody who called himself a lawyer, defending the fact that Miyetti Allah should not be proscribed. And this is a country you see. After watching this kind of nonsense, then you begin to wonder. You begin to cry for yourself. What made God to create you in that? What made God to allow the Britain to put you in that company called Nigeria?